So what is an SQL? SQL select query. So in the definition, it is a statement used to fetch the data from database table, which returns this data in the form of result table. So these result tables are called result set. So itong example dito sa baba na nakikita nyo is this is what you call the result set. Okay, ito yung result na galing doon sa query na ginawa natin sa select, which has a basic syntax of select. This is a required, and then the columns that you'd like to fetch. Like for example, if you have ID, you're going to put here instead of column 1, ilagay mo yung pangalan talaga ng column, and so on and so forth. So kung ilan yung gusto mong i-fetch na data, yun din yung ilalagay mo dito. And then you also have the keyword from, and ibig sabihin saan manggagaling yung record. And then the last part is the table name. So in this example, we have customers as our table. So that's why if we're going to select the records from customer, is ang gagawin lang natin is we can do select all, pwedeng all kung lahat talaga yung i-display mo. But if you just going to choose um, certain columns that you'd like to put on your result set, then tatawagin mo siya as select ID, comma name, comma age, comma address, comma salary from customers. So that's how you're going to use the SQL query. Okay. So let me go to the other here. So so I'm going to open have you used this? The classic models, yung pina-download ko before. Okay, here I am going to open one of the tables. Let's say this employee. Let me just open this. Okay, so we have employee last name, first name, extension. They have email, office code, reports to, job, and so on and so forth. So let's say we're gonna use that as our so you can use query, and you can also use the tools here, the console. Okay. So para ma-introduce din akong iba, we can use the query one. Okay. But if you wanted to use the console, pwede rin. Okay. So let's say I'm going to check first. Can I describe first what's in the employees table? Para lang I have an idea. So, okay, so we have here, these are the names of the fields that we have. Now we're going to do is to select only certain information such as employee number, last name, first name, and email. So yun lang yung mga gusto kong ilabas. So what you're gonna do is to just type in select employee ID, employee number, and then the last name, first name, and then lastly is email. So from, saan siya manggagaling? That's from the employees. Then comma. Then let's run. Okay. So these are the result. This is the result set of this query. Do you follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pag kung gusto niyo naman ilabas lahat, ang gagamitin niyo lang ay yung asterisk and then run. So lahat ng field o column ay ilalabas niya. Okay. So, ito yung select na wala pang constraint. So, ibig sabihin wala pa tayong where clause. This is the simplest way to write a um, a select statement. Okay, let's try to check other tables. Let's say I wanted to check this one. So, there's pretty much a lot of records here. So, like, I think nasa 122 records ata to. Ayan. So, here you can also write a query to check the list, or yeah, the list of customers. So let's say select all from customers. Yeah. So these are all the records of the customers from customer number up to, what's this, credit limit, I think. Yeah, up to credit limit. Okay. So if you wanted also to select certain records, you can do say customer number. Ayan, may nagsasuggest naman dito. And then customer name. You also have contact last name and contact first name. And yeah, let's have the phone. Okay, so isi-select ko lang to para dito kasi sa query, kapag sinelect mo lang o may hinighlight ka, pwede mo lang, yun lang yung i-run mo. Pero kasi kapag hindi mo siya sinelect, pag hindi mo siya sinelect at niran mo siya, so yung dalawang query na to ay mararun. So, I'm just going to select the line 3 and then run it. Okay. So, this is the result set of this particular query code. Okay. So, wala pa tayong where clause. Okay. So, let's go back to our SQL. Okay. Sabi dito, okay, again ha, yung result na pinanggaling, yung result na nilabas ng query ay, ang tawag doon ay result sets or result set. Okay. So, that's pretty much explain the first part of the lesson, which is the SQL query. Let's talk about this time the SQL wherein we are going to use in conjunction to select statement is tong where clause. So what is a where clause? This clause is used to specify a condition. So while fetching the data from a single table or by joining with multiple tables, if the given condition is satisfied, then it only returns a specific value from the table. So you should use the where clause to filter, okay? So filtering the record and fetching only the necessary records. So the where clause is not only used in select statement, but it also can be used in update and delete statements. Okay, so hindi lang siya, ang where clause ay hindi exclusive for SQL select statement. In fact, ginagamit na natin to doon sa delete and update. If you could still remember the codes that we've had from the previous times. Okay, so let's try to make a basic where clause. So, ano ba yung syntax na gagamitin or the format that we're going to follow in order for us to use the where clause? Okay, remember that when you are actually using a where clause, meron tayong mga operators na pwedeng gamitin. So some of them are the following. So we could use like, um, I mean, like this symbol. What is this symbol? Guys, what is this symbol? If you know,
Greater than and less than, sir.
greater than, less than. This is equal, like, and not. So itong like and not, these are also clause, which we are going to tackle later on. Pero I'm going to give you an example on that later on. And other than this, meron pa actually tayong pwedeng gamitin. Let me just show you. I'll just change my... Okay. Do you see the screen? Okay. So here is a table dito sa may taas, the upper part. So these are the operators that we can use in terms of using where clause. So yung una is yung numerical operators. If we are talking about numbers, the operators that we can use are equal, not equal, less than equal, greater than equal. So yan yung mga pwede natin gamitin. But there are times that we are going to also compare if numbers are in between. So in that case, we are using between clause. And this is actually another clause. So kung yung where ay isang clause, between is also a clause. Even not is a clause. And in and not in. So these are other clauses. Pero yeah, that's these are the operators that we can use in conjunction with where clause. So a short ano lang overview. So between a number is within the range of two values. Like the example here, let's say we have a column name, any column name, tapos ano ba yung ranges na hinahanap no? If it's within 1.5 to 10.5, if pasok siya from 1.5 to 10.5, it's true, so ilalabas niyan ng um, sa result set. Okay? At ganun din naman dito sa not between. Kapag hindi siya or outside siya sa 1 to 10, true yon. Pero kapag, let's say, for example, the column name has a value of 9. So, is it not between 1 and 9? Ay, 1 and 10, I should say. Let's say, for example, the column name value is 9. So, gumamit tayo ng not between 1 and 10. Is it true or false? Is 9 not between 1 and 10? Nagets nyo ba yung tanong?
Sir, ulit.
Yung, we have a value of 9. Ang gagamitin natin, not between 1 and 10. Sa Tagalog, yung 9 ba ay hindi kabilang sa 1 and 10?
Sir, kabilang.
Kabilang. So the answer is true or
False.
false? False. Okay.
False,
Kasi
sir.
nasa range siya ng 1 and 10. Yun namang between. Okay, let's say for example, yung value na kino-compare natin is 11.5. Ang ginamit natin is between. Is 11.5 between 1.5 and 10.5. True or false?
False, sir.
False, because it's outside the range of 1.5 and 10.5. Nagigets niyo yung gamit ng between at not between? Okay.
Naipakita niyo sa SQL Vault last time, sir.
Oo. So, yung sa between, lagi niyo lang tatandaan pag gumamit tayo ng between, dapat pasok siya doon sa binigay niyong values na ng range. Let's say, for example, from 1 to 100, we have a value of 99. Pasok ba siya sa range ng 1 to 100? Yes, kasi
Yes, sir.
it is from, ang range natin is 1 to 100. Pero if it's 101, it's now outside the range of 1 to 100. So that becomes false. Again, paano ma-determine kung ilalabas siya sa result set kapag nag-true yung value o yung kanyang truth value. Okay. Kapag naman in ang gagamitin natin, sabi dito that the number should exist in a list. Say, okay, ito yung tinatawag nating list. Okay, kanya sabihin natin, ang nasa loob ng in ay 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay, tapos yung value na kino-compare is 12. Is 12 in that particular number? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11?
No, sir.
No, kasi mapapansin nyo, 12 yung given, pero yung list ay odd number less than 12. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya pasok. Okay, pero kapag ang ginamit natin, not in, same pa rin yung result set natin. Okay, so I'll just put it here para so ang ating list ay 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Ang ginamit ko not in, ang given value 12. Ano ang answer? True or false?
True, sir.
True, sir.
Yes. Hindi siya kabilang or wala siya sa list, so ibig sabihin it's true. Pero kanina the question is in, so walang not. So the answer would be false. Okay, so ganun yung ganun siya gamitin. Actually, this is also other examples of operator that we can use. We have this symbol. By the way, di ba meron tayong not equal dito? Yung not equal na yan, pwede mo rin gamitin yung symbol na ganito. Ayan. Tapos kapag like naman, if you're going to use like, pwede din tayo maglagay ng mga wildcards. Pero yung wildcards later ko na lang siya i-discuss. Then we also have this symbol, the percentage, and then in, yan na sabi ko na. By the way, yung in at not in, pwede rin natin gamitin yan in not only in numerical value, but we could also use that in string value. Okay? So, pero itong nasa taas ay laging ano yan, laging numbers. Ito numbers din. Ito. Yan, ito. Itong unang tatlo. Pero itong in at not in, pwedeng string value yan. Gets nyo ba? Okay, so balikan natin yung okay.
Sir, malabo po yung presentation.
What do you mean malabo?
So, malabo, sir.
Baka mahina internet mo.
Hindi, sir.
Yung presentation po, sir.
Sa Google Meet nyo po, sir, pwede pong pakiset yung send resolution ng 720p.
Hindi kasi ako naka-share screen. Ang ginagamit ko yung camera ko. Naka-OBS cam ako. Kaya ang sabi ko sa inyo, naka-ano ba kayo? Naka-pin?
Opo, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wait lang. I-set ko yung camera. Okay, so let's try to put this on action. So now we're going to move with the SQL or Navicat. Ang ginagamit ko, ang editing is Navicat.
Ito nga, pangontrata ni Papa mo na. Ito nga. Yung oras ay, nakakabuko. Wala ko lang, wala ko nga buko. Yung turnos ko.
Okay. Okay, so let's use this example. Try muna nating ilabas yung okay. So here are the records of the customers. Now,
Sir,
I
wala pa pong naka-present.
walang naka present.
Okay na po pala, sir.
Kanina pa na may present eh. Okay, so this is the records that we have for customers. Now, hahanap tayo dito ng mga number value. Okay, so we have here the credit limits. Okay, to cut it, para meron kayong idea, hanapin lang natin yung mga necessary information. Let's say, for example, I'd like to have the customer number. I also would like to have the customer name, the contact last name, and contact first name, the phone number, and also the credit limit. Yan. So, para you have your basis. So, this is the result set. This is the first result set. Wala pa tayong where clause dito. Now, we're going to create a where clause. I'll just copy this para meron kayong point of comparison. Here, we're going to use a where clause. So, yung where clause natin ay i-check natin yung credit limit na merong less than or equals to 70,000. Okay, so I'm gonna run this. Okay, again, remember, this is our point of reference. So, kinat ko lang siya. So, here, we're going to aim is to show all records with credit limit na merong mas mababa o equal sa 70,000. So, I'm gonna run this code. And we have 56 records having a credit limit lower than or equal to 70,000. So, tignan natin. I-check natin mga 10 records lang. So, yung customer number 103, meron siyang credit limit na 21,000. So, it's lower than or lesser than 70,000. Customer 1250, si customer 128 at 129 respectively merong 59,700 at 64,600 na credit limit. So, they are all basically, if you're gonna check, ay mababa sa 70,000. But if you're going to change this, let's say greater than 70 and greater than or equal to 70,000, if we're going to run this, syempre maiiba yung result set niya. Ang magiging values niya ay we have 71,800, 117,300, and so on and so forth. So all of them are greater than 70,000 since wala namang equal to 70,000. So if we're gonna change this, let's say for example, sir, gusto lang namin makuha yung credit limit na may equal to 70,000. Sure, okay, let's find it. So, sa dami ng records, pwede nating hanapin. But, if there is no record that exists with credit limit na 70,000, ang ilalabas niya ay empty result set. So, ganito siya, null, 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 null. Yan. So, ganun yung gagamitin yung ating numerical operators in terms of numbers. Ano pa ba yung hindi natin nagamit? Not equal. So, ano ba yung any number that's not equal to 70,000? So, for sure, ilalabas niya lahat kasi wala ngang eksaktong 70,000. But let's try. Okay. So we have 122 records. That is the original records that we have for customers. Okay. So lahat nilabas niya. What if nilagay ko dito is equal to 0? So ang magiging sagot dito ay lahat ng 0 ay madi-display. Lahat ng may credit limit na 0 ay madi-display. But, if you're gonna use not equal to 0, lahat ng records na hindi equal to 0 ay lalabas. Ayan. So, lahat ng 0 na, lahat ng customer na may 0 credit limit ay natanggal sa listahan. So, ganun siya gamitin. Do you follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
para ka rin, yung paggamit natin ng where clause, especially dun sa numerical operators, ay para ding paggamit nyo dun sa programming language nyo, whether it's C++, PHP, Java, or anything, Python, or whatever. Parehas lang sila ng konsepto. Okay, i-compare nyo yan kung yung value na hinahanap mo ay equal or hindi equal. Basta ang result kasi niyan is meron bang na-satisfy yung condition mo. Okay. Okay, let's go back to tapos na tayo sa where clause. Now we're going to move to and or conjunctive operators. So, in the SQL and or operators are used to combine multiple conditions to narrow data in an SQL statement. So, these two operators called conjunctives or conjunctive operators. So, these operators provide a means to make a multiple comparison with different operators in the same SQL statement. Okay, let's talk about first the AND operator. So this allows the existence of multiple conditions in an SQL statement's where clause. Okay, so paano siya gamitin? This is the format or the syntax. So you need to have first your select statement. So bahala na kayo kung anong gusto nyong i-display. Pero the concern of an operator is situated in the where clause. Sabi dito, where then your condition. This is basically your first condition, whether let's say for example, credit limit is greater than 70,000 and it must tapos yung and another condition and credit limit also must be less than 90,000. So, kung ano lang yung range nun. Para siyang range ba? Actually, para din siyang between. Pero, there is different ways to use and. And you can actually have more than one and in where condition. Let's say, for example, this table, we have the age, name, and so on and so forth. So, tingnan nyo na lang. So what we wanted is um check the salary if it's greater than 2,000 and the age is less than 25. So this is our original table. Now in this table, we would like to find out those customers or those customers that that has a salary greater than 2,000 and with the age which is less than 25. Hindi kasama si 25, less than 25. So the answer that you will have, the result sets here is we have 4,500 which is a Kumal. So hanapin natin si Kumal. So Kumal is 25 years old and has a salary of 4,500. So 4,500 is greater than 2,000 and age is less than 25. So tama. Yeah, so we're going back to the and of how are we going to apply them in coding. I've said again, so an operator allows the condition in SQL state where clause. And here you can see syntax and you can combine n numbers of condition and up for action to be taken by SQL, whether it be action or query, all conditions separated by and must be true. So let's try to understand concept of and. So if you still remember um on your programming class, and the operator is actually a logical operator. And when we mean by the logical operator, so it compares a set of conditions, like a set of truth values. So let's say, so looking at this example, we have a customer. Under this customer, 5, our goal is to find salary greater than years. So from salary or less than. Okay, so let's try. Okay. Let's try to use product. We have products called set. Going using and gonna select product all facts. And by that are yan yung satisfy. There are record and by price satisfy. Let's try also by price Halloween. And we can even in have another and what's up or operator find multiple as kaiba siya how to values pair clause as fast. Next statement, write the columns and where format parehas. So you can find and for an action to whether if the only any one of so ano para maibas yung so again we're gonna use example. Google has the following what's custom ask what do we have to ask? We need to ask us check the ID, salary, and the constraint or yung na yung salary or pwede ding age niya ay paano ba siya obtain. So let's say for example meron tayong salary ay 3,000. Pasok ba siya less than 1,000 or greater than 2,000? Yes, pasok. Pero age niya 35. So are we going to check that? Answer yes. Because again, salary greater than. Pero kahit na sa mga going to evaluate or will evaluate values in ever the final answer yung magiging have greater than 1,000. So can we try to check now? So see ID number salary by tally having a salary of 1,000. How old tally? Tally is 5, which is the age sabi di 20 false. Yung isa salary part false. False. Kaya siya and the same way of evaluating. RD kasi napasok. Pero, paano ba yung sahod niya? 5, which is thousands. Pasok siya dito. False. Okay. And so on. Ganun din kay Kumal at Ma. Ganun nyo siya i-evaluate. Ganun siya SQL. In order for them, program will matching. Let's talk about what is. For that, let me or product 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 and from record. Let's check. Now we have quantity. So ang given value dito 24 by price. Because meron pa rin is and that is value and follow by price. At ng you can also add an back like loss is values are wild card. Itong wild card laging wala siya pwede siya, hardest wildcard can be no. Example, I mean, particular column, like constraint. So, I can check niya character hanap ng yung character. Okay. And then, pwede din natin federate example, salary, 100, gagawin salary, tapos, like, find example salary. Uh, let's have a salary. Example, I mean, salary. Salary. Pwede rin out. Kapag man, find the where salary like find any 00 the second example na let's try to look for products where name like 'lahat ng record product name ay 99 second and that will be about anything about 9 bakit because again this underscore any number character meron siyang case every number I can have 9 lahat ng 9 sa size about if Okay, let's find another. So anything with record shows that there is a Harley Davidson merong dalawang record timeout, chemical timeout, up, qualified, and we actually and like anything, any record starts character string. Cost like a product. So there are records that satisfies this. Again, we have Harley Davidson at meron siyang 10 sa product. And the second record is Alpha. Get to see icon on our upcoming classes. Following. Okay, about S. What is how it according to top clock ends per person ginagamit natin the limit. But again, I'll just show database. Yung or sa row num naman Oracle. Actually, just first talk about. So, sa process, pero hindi ka but up din. 5. Top 20. And then the column from pero pwede to without this gagawin natin select top. So we expect that the cost shape dapat uh, the code for that is you select excuse me. For my SQL, which is the that we're saan nilalagay limit nilalagay after table. Yeah, table name. Example, we have select all from, and we are going to limit the first record. Kaya for Oracle, like all from cost where row num is how what we're second part. How we were how we're here have here wanted to tap the all record the gonna count that time count record limited yan. Pwede rin maglagay dito there by price yan. So these are 10 records and that is higher than siya. Okay. So let's talk about SQL. What is this is used with the data in either as or based on one or more columns. Next thing this order by is we have select then the column list column one thing letting select all from the table. Then you can also do where condition. And the last part is yung ilalagay mo. With the order by it can have at least one um one column, pwede ring dalawa, tatlo. Then, will tell us, or you tell, you'd like to sort the record, sending orders, or in. So, let's say for example, ang ginamit column ay contains value or numerical values. So, kapag ascending, gagawin from this to, kapag descending from grade. And if column, gagamitin para yung record. For example, last name. Last name give you an alphabetic order A. And if you sending, then A. So that's how order by actually. Let's look at this. So again, we're using still the customer here that hindi naman, in terms of name, hindi siya naka-port. RS. So, what the goal of wanted? We wanted to order or sort the table in terms of name. So, ang gusto would like to set in ascending order here. So, the select all from order by name. Try to look. So, the first one in the record, Chaitali. Chaitali is uh, in looking at the part, check natin. Salary, 5. 5. Taas, 1,000. Ganito kasi. If you have like two um um columns in it, ever nag-fail yung ang magka-catch yun. Kaya ito ang priority talaga. But case of walang pangalan, yung yung part ng record ang salary. That's how you would again by tally sa alphabet. And again, it's ascending. Kaya A2. Bago din yung order ng appendix relative. Second one, following ko in descending by name are going to be arranged in descending from Z. We use order by name. Nangyari dyan. Mangunguna ngayon. That's how dali lang gamitin. Always that always put na pag na ang value ginamit mo would like to the ID and to send pala. Ganun siya. And again, if it's value column, pwedeng alphabetical A to Z. And again, pwede rin yung talk about for that order back here. Order I product pwede mo lagay ng product kay kad try to since since meron tayong number product name after niya 1 8 and that's the arrange the record. What about we wanted to show the record start na siya 18. Let's try to look for other tables. Let's say the orders. I think tap tayo ng mic. Go back here. Check off. The late. Pag sinabi ko latest date, dapat na siya. So yung latest tip date 1000 naka last na 1000. Pwede din natin dito. Ayaw mo ipakita. So this way we're filtering record here. Oh, wala na. It record. Which is um so what's group? Group by is a in collaboration. The group by follows and order from table where the condition. So pag gagamit ka ng mauunang package, the order by will so checking on this example, we wanted to get a result set to know the total on it, then group it by name. Excuse me. Select the salary from the cost. Nangyari dyan, uh, so ito yung magiging so let's try to play around with the records we have in the database. In addition, by aggregate function count, max, sum. So let's say for example, for count, bin certain record specify count column 1. So bibilangin niya kung and then if terms of max na lalabas niya yung maximum para and when it comes to mean is say for example like to check the minimum value in certain column sum the average getting the average. I'll show you how. So let me give you how to count max sum and here original. Actually 900 right now we're count the number of count the record order number yan kayo record so tama di ba 1009 so that's how you want basic you wanted to check the number so ito naman max price mahal each 214.3. And yung pinakamura sa ating price is, so we wanted to sum of karga sum nitong column na total of regardless type of is 10,000 or 105,000. And I wanted to know average of in naka-average 7. So that's how you use conjunction. Now we try apply the group by. Highlight columns, product quantity, particular product code. From order, Google product. Try to quantity merong 5. 105 order. This product this product, you can just product name Harley Davidson. So meron order 10, 15 Canada price. Sum is try to parehas. Tayo dito. Pangalan. Yung ASD alias. Pwede mo din siyang here we have in ang thousand thousand tal 1050. Ito naman, this is the then yeah, so how you use. So another try check natin the amount and then use the yung stuff. We have Spanish na 2000 where cancel cancel yeah, so pretty how you anyway following discussion.